Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes.
All right, everyone, how the devil are you? How's your weekend been so far after yesterday's result against QPR? Today, I'm coming live from Birmingham Airport. Well, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 10 a.m. It's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, run by us fans, for you fans out there. Your opinion really matters. Get them comments in. It's kick-off time. Come on, you Foxes.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, live fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Bolo Blinds, Pocker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning all. Like I say, sorry for the look, I'm in Birmingham Airport this morning, waiting for my flight back to Mallorca. What did you think to yesterday then? Morning Matthew, how are you? Morning Chris, how are you? I hope you're well. Morning Neil, hope you're well, hope you're good, hope you're fine everyone. Yesterday, were you disappointed, upset, annoyed? We're 3 points clear still, is that good enough? Morning Councillor, how are you? How did we play? What did you think of the position we're in? 3 defeats on the row, the last 2 league games in a row. How do you think it was, the performance yesterday? To be honest, yes, Chris, it was a bad result, and your 100% record. Yeah, I'm now down to 75%, Chris. It was 100%, 3 out of 3. Now it's 3 out of 4, unfortunately. But yeah, I want everyone's views. It's going to be a bit different. Reedy's going to be coming in a minute. Again, we didn't take a chances. We did the normal thing. We held on to the ball, frustrated them, and they scored on the break. And we just didn't seem to. And then went 2-0 down. We just couldn't do anything with it. We looked very comfortable on the ball, but comfortable at a possession doesn't win games at all. With 3 points clear, all right, Phil, another 3 points gone worrying form. Yes, it is on worrying form. I'm going to bring Reedy in, my counterpart, who's sitting in the background.
How are we doing?
How's it going? How are you feeling after yesterday, pal? Are you disappointed? Like Phil says, Phil Upton says, Another 3 points gone worrying form. It is. It's 3 out of 3 now we've lost in the league. Twice been 2-0 down.
Yeah, I think for the first time yesterday, I couldn't say that we deserved to get something out of the game. We were awful, but we couldn't pass the ball. A lot of players were underperforming. I think nearly the whole team, you could probably say, is underperforming. Maybe the odd 1 or 2 players would say they had a decent game, but yeah, it just wasn't great, was it? And I don't think we deserved to even get a draw out of yesterday. So,
the worrying thing again, I've been going on this about months and months and months, and I keep saying we're not being clinical enough in the final third. Yet in the last 3 league games, we've had 58 attempts on goal and only scored 3. 3 for a top, but all I keep getting back is, well, we're top of the league, we're the top goal scorers. We're only leading goal scorers by 1 goal now. We've got the best defence record. We haven't got I'm not sure about the best defence. We've conceded 7 in the last 3 games, 7 goals in the last 3 games. The defence is awful, and it's just the same. There's no plan B. There is no plan B. Anyone tells me there was a plan B, there is not a plan B. You need to mix it up. It's like for like substitutions, tactics. He's bringing Vardy on for Daka. Why didn't he just, for last half hour, 25 minutes or whenever Vardy came on, why did he play 2 up top? Was their first goal from my position? It looked a mile offside.
If you
But
basically said the same seat as me, mate, and I thought it was as well.
but there doesn't seem no passion, no fight. It's just one of them things. Yeah, Mavadivi was poor again, Nick. Daka poor again, looked better when Vardy came on. I think we missed Ricardo and Vestergaard. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly 100% what the problem is, but Fatawa and Mavadivi just didn't look interested whatsoever. They were just lifeless. And every time there was no change in plan. It kept going to the wings. They didn't drive down. Morning, Mark. Nice to see you yesterday. There was no drive going down the wings either side. They would get down to the edge of the 18-yard box, cut back and play it safe. What's happened to the drive and get the quality crosses in? There's no quality crosses
totally
in.
Honest, there was too many bloody crosses in yesterday. Let's just say that. There was just too many crosses that was going nowhere.
It was going nowhere. There was times where we could have had a pop on the edge of the 18-yard box, but no, they decided to take one more pass and put somebody else in the mess. Like Mark Watson says, poor individual performance. Enzo has not a plan B when he needs to change things up. Mark, like I keep saying to you, he's got to be proactive, not reactive. And again, he wasn't proactive enough. Got to start coding next game. Needs some experience. Missing Ndidi. Well, Will's back in a couple of weeks. Maybe he's back in training. It was nice to see Vardy back yesterday, even though it was a bit of a cameo performance. But when we scored the goal yesterday, Reedy, I don't know about you and I don't know about everyone else, but we didn't create another big chance after that.
No. I honestly thought when Nelson scored, I thought he would lift us a bit. And unlike the Middlesbrough game, we scored quite early on. And I thought if we can get a second here, we might actually go and do something crazy and win it. But it just went flat again, didn't it? So it's just hard. Andrew Medhurst says here, why play Cannon in midfield? Do you know what? I will say, me and Locks have been mentioning this the last few weeks and saying that someone like Kelechi Iheanacho might be a good position for that because he can hold the ball up and put it through to Vardy. And I thought that's what maybe Cannon could have done yesterday, but he didn't look anywhere near in the game when he came on.
I mean, I thought when Cannon comes on, right, he's going to change it up and go two up top. He didn't. I've had people messaging me saying, oh yeah, Cannon did go up top. No, he didn't. He played in the number 8 role. He didn't go up top. There was no two up top. There was no Stevie Howard, Matty Fryer, Lineker and Smith. There was no two up top. Sorry, yeah, I can honestly see us slipping up and going into the playoffs. And all this talk of, oh yeah, we're going to romp the league, HMS piss the league, and trust in Enzo, trust the process. I'm beginning to I've never trusted the process, to be honest. The process is not. It's Enzo is Rogers with an Italian accent. I won't go. Time to go. When it works, it's fantastic. You've got to admit, right, really, when them 40, 50 plus passes and then a goal happens, it's absolutely fantastic football. But it's where the game needs to be improved is not talked about enough. It's great having all these passes here, there, and everywhere. Lost 4 at home. That's Aggie, yeah. Lost 4 at home. Is it? No, it's more than 4, isn't it? Or is it 4? It's 4, isn't it?
We've only lost 2 away.
Leeds, Hull, Middlesbrough, QPR. Yeah, 4. Yeah. It's not a sign. It's worrying form. I honestly think it's worrying form. And I've been saying this for ages. It's worrying. But people have still got the blue tinted glasses on. And they're only looking at the good points. They don't look at the bad points anymore, do they, Reedy?
No. Again, it's a hard one because I think, it's the first time I would have said yesterday that I don't think we deserved any points. There was just, I don't think we created anything like actually creative that actually ended up in a good chance. Like say, crossing every minute. Fatwu scored 1 screamer against Bournemouth and thinks he can do it another 5 times in one game. For me, he didn't need to keep whacking the ball in the top corner. And yeah, Mavadidi was just awful game. Dewsbury for one, we've mentioned this now. Dewsbury got switched to the right-hand side, where he normally plays on the left-hand side of midfield. Completely wiped him out of the game because he doesn't suit that right side of the pitch. There was so many things wrong with yesterday, and it is down to Enzo to fix that. But again, it all depends on how the team who we face sets up against us, because it either works or it doesn't. And if it doesn't work, we're going to lose.
Yeah, it seems like teams have found us out, and I'm sure now we need to have a new style. Yes, he's only been here for 6 months. He's had 40 games now, I think, with us all. I think it's 40 games altogether, 41 games plus the 12 games he had at Parma. So he's still a new manager, and he probably hasn't got the ideas in his head of how to change the style just yet. But
Well, we should have with being behind Pep, but yeah.
Yeah, we should have a way of changing style, and it doesn't. There's no lump it upfield. There was times yesterday we could have lumped it upfield into the box. Put Wout Fez up there that can win headers. Put Ben Nelson up there that can win headers. Just something the last 5 minutes, just something different. But no, we kept playing the side to side, the back, the slow. It was so slow as well yesterday when it really so slow. It was unbelievable. It really was. And there was times where they were driving forward. Yeah, I think Leeds will. Yeah, Ethan, I totally agree. I think Leeds will. Only positive, Leeds balled up yesterday. I can't take any positives, Nick, at all, out of that at all, no matter what the results. What gets me is Ipswich, worst performance of the season, big game now against Sunderland. It's Hull as well, 2 big away games. 2 big away games.
We've got 4 big away games. We've got 4 big away games in a row. We ain't got a home game till April now.
Oh yeah, April the 1st. Yeah. Oh blimey. I've only looked at the next 2. But there was times yesterday where we were driving forward, got to the 18-yard box, and just turned round and went backwards again. And you could hear the boos in the crowd. And I know Tom's been talking about it. Oh, you shouldn't boo your players. When they're not going forward. This is more than a wobble, DJ. I think this is more than a wobble, to be honest. When they're not going forward and they're not driving forward, they don't give the crowd any encouragement. You get encouragement by exciting football and driving to the byline and putting a crossover. There was times where Fatima could have put it across first time and he didn't. He cut back and tried to find another player. We're not trying to be total football. We're not trying to be Ajax of the 70s and early 80s when they were total football. We're not trying to be Franz Beckenbauer where Wout Fez and Vestergaard run through the ball all the time. And it shows with the other clubs, Southampton, Leeds and Ipswich, are scoring goals. They're battling right to the end and scoring late winners, late equaliser and getting points. When did we last score? I mean, the West Brom one, but when did we last score? That was probably the only one this season.
Locks was mentioning yesterday on Phil's post-match show saying about that we always used to score late on because teams tied down, but now it's getting to the point where we're the ones not even scoring. So,
but we didn't actually. We weren't scoring to win. We were already ahead. I mean, I can't remember, Reedy. Have we actually gone behind and come back to win this year?
Yes,
in any
Coventry.
games?
Coventry
The very first game of the season. Oh, did they score first? I thought we scored first.
No, they scored first.
Oh, so that's the only game that we've come back to score. And there was some record on Twitter, on social media, so it must be true if it's on Twitter, Reader. We're on a negative points difference for goals scored in the last few minutes, where Ipswich, Leeds, and who's the other one? Southampton have all scored goals and all won games, and we're on a negative -2. With all the others, we've gone from a 12-point lead to a 3-point lead. 75% of our points have just gone. We have history with bottle jobs. Yes, we have history with bottle jobs.
The amount of times after the game when I came out the ground yesterday, was speaking to Sam, Jake, and their mates. It's looking like it could be that point because we've got 3 in a row losses now, and it could, again. I hope not. I swear to God, I hope not. But this could be a start where we start losing back to back games, and then it could be playoffs. It is for us. I hope, hopefully not. Hopefully on Tuesday night we'll go and get the win. But again, 3 points is very worrying because if you lose one more game and someone else wins, and there's 3 teams chasing you now, not just one.
By Saturday when we next play after the Sunderland game, if we lose on Sunday, we could be second. If the results go wrong for us, we could be second. That's worrying. Reedy, put the link in there, see if anyone wants to join. Let's see, get some other fans instead of just us, or if anybody's waiting. Reedy's going to put the link in because I've got no control over this altogether. Reedy could drop me out at any moment if I piss him off.
I'll bring a few more comments on before we get anyone else in. Liam says only centre back I rate is Nelson. I thought he had a good game.
Thought he had a good. Took his goal well.
Yeah.
Can't blame him for that.
I didn't realise he hit the post though. To be honest, I just thought he went straight. Did it? Net, but yeah, he hit the post.
I thought he went straight in. Oh right, I didn't realise that.
He was lucky it bounced into the net. LCFC number 1 says, for God's sake, if we get promoted, we'll face relegated battle, probably.
Yeah, let's get this season over and done with LCFC number 4. We need to get this one done and dusted.
James says Millwall scored at home first. Yes, and I think we won that one, didn't we? Or was it a draw?
Did they? No.
They scored first.
That was the cut. No.
They did score first.
Oh, at home?
It was a header. Yeah, it was a header.
Yes. Yeah, so that's twice. So we managed to get points back there, but it's just there's no consistency to our play. Well, there is consistency. We're very slow in the first half, and we used to tire teams out. Now, yeah, I know, Andrew. I thought it was the lucky omen as well, but it looks like
you called me the unlucky omen, and it keeps going and going and going.
I've only had 3. Yeah, you're the one. You've seen more losses than any of us to put together, I think.
I might have to miss out on the Chelsea game.
What, because of work or because you just don't want to go?
No, because I don't want to lose. So I might go. I might not go.
6,500 tickets.
I am going. Don't worry.
Oh God, that means we're lost.
Do we need to rotate the team? Do you know what? At half time yesterday, I said that the team we played at Bournemouth was playing better than this team here, and this is our main team. This is 100%. It just shows you.
They had a week off. That first team had a week off, and they looked like they played the full 120 minutes. Mm-hmm. Chowdhury wasn't at his best. I must admit, Chowdhury wasn't. He was probably knackered after playing 120 minutes and then 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Scott, yeah. Would you rotate the team? Yeah, but who for, though? Who have we got? What positive impact can any of the players on the bench make? Because of the system we're playing. Yes, Ben, the first start, the system we're playing, we can't make any changes. It's just like for like. Thought Tuesday, yes, Nick, you're right there. Tuesday's team did have more fight than anybody.
The last defence who had a clean sheet, play them. So you mean the one against Bournemouth?
Yeah, well, that was Nelson, Cody.
It wasn't Nelson, it was Cody, Vestergaard and...
Oh, that was it, yeah.
Justin or Doyle.
Can't play Vestergaard there. See, Doyle. I don't understand why Doyle's not in the team.
JJ had a poor performance yesterday.
They all. I'd like to know, if there was any man of the matches, who would your man of the match be? It's tough because
I think you'd have to give it Nelson, to be honest. But then he was kind of the one at fault for their second goal because he did slip. But obviously, I know you can't really be blamed for a slip. Mike here says Enzo seemed adamant that Connor Cody and Conor Doyle were his men. Neither featured very much.
It's true. I thought Connor Cody would be playing more, but sometimes Ben Nelson, he comes in. It's been thought about quite a lot just recently, over the last few years. Even Brendan Rodgers thought he was a decent player and had him in the squad a few times, but it's Enzo that's brought him in, and he hasn't put a foot wrong, Nelson, has he? Really?
No. I think we mentioned about Mavidi not having the best of games, and Nick Moore says here, O'Brien should have come on from Mavidi and put Abdul to the left. Again, we were crossing majority of the game. Why don't you put your best crosser on the ball?
Yeah, if you put them crosses in, and that's what you want. I don't know. It's difficult because we're trying not to be negative, but we've just lost 3 league games on the trot, and there's no positive to take from losing 3 league games on the bounce. There's no positives you can take, and I'm getting fed up with people saying trust the process. We're top goal scorers. We're top of the league. Enzo, we trust the Enzo way, the Enzo factor. It's got to change. His stubbornness is on a par to Brendan Rodgers not changing last year when we had Danny Ward in goal for 26 games and we knew that was the problem. 6 games before, we might have just stayed up if Danny Ward hadn't been playing or he changed him earlier. His stubbornness not to change the style and stick. Really, to me, and I've been saying this all season, and you know, Reedy, that this is like Brendan Ball 2.0.
I wouldn't say as far as going that, but it's the fact that he doesn't have a change when his plan is not working.
What did Brendan do? Brendan never changed it.
No, I do get it. It wasn't. He wasn't anywhere near as good quality style of football, in my opinion. But that's just me. I think the way we're playing, it has got a system to it, how we want to play. It just, if the team who we're playing against knows how to stop us, then we will lose because I'd say if you look at the table, we've drew what 1 or 2 games this season. We either win or lose. So if the team does well to stop us, we'll lose. If the team
Really,
don't do well,
there's a Mark Gatwood. He just put a comment in. I can't. Yeah, do we sacrifice and had a leader, Cody Mavadivi was marked out of the game. Thatcher had tried the Bournemouth goal 3 times and didn't work. It's true. Do we sacrifice Mavadivi to bring in Connor Cody? Can we go back to a flat back 4? Could we play that way without the inverted fullbacks? Now Ricky P has the councillor. I think other teams have sussed us out. It's just I don't know. I'm lost for words. Missing a Steve Howard tall guy on the bench. It'd be absolutely fantastic if it was. I mean, I was talking to some QPR fans before the game, and so I was staying in the hotel, and they were saying they're playing quite well recently, and they've lost. They've won their previous form. Yeah, they've got 17 points from 8 games now, which is promotion form. 2 points a game is promotion form. Middlesbrough, since Middlesbrough beat us, or before Middlesbrough beat us, they'd lost 2 games. They beat us, and then they've lost the next 2 games in the league.
They lost to Stoke yesterday.
Lost to Stoke. That's what you've got to think, how that performance. Yes, Ricky P, probably missed him yesterday. But yeah, you've got to look at...
Your favourite man?
Oh, you know what? I think Dennis... It was a huge difference. I don't know what he's done. Did you hear anything about what he's done?
I think he must have been a hamstring or something.
Well, it didn't look like they were treated. It looked like his ankle. You don't limp off when you've had an hamstring done. I think it was his ankle again. It probably might be the best. If it's his ankle again, that's probably the last time we'll see him. But Dennis Prater was a bloke, because he gives you that bit more solidness in the middle of in that number 8 role and making them runs. But the times yesterday, hold on, that's the cleaning trolley just gone past. That was the noise. Times the ball, we kept losing the ball too many times. Left with Marcel and Albright on the... See, Marcel looked good against Bournemouth, but he's not sort of in favour with Enzo at the minute, is he, Marcel? He's sort of in and out, doesn't really get a decent chance. I work with Leeds fans, it's killing me. Whoever that is, sorry you work with Leeds fans. Current form, last 5 home games. Last 5 games, 15th in the Championship. That says it all. That says it all. For the blue-tinted wearing glasses out there, that says it all. 15th in the Championship.
Richard here says Mavadidi was not marked out of the game. He was just absolutely woeful. I'm not going to say that word. DP wasted time. Get him out of the club.
Mavadivi, yes, was not... Well, he had a lot of time, because the second half, he was down there on our side of the pitch, and there was 2 players at him all the time, weren't there? Dennis Pratt is a quality player. He's skillful on the ball, and he's working in a new position, and he holds that. He's not quite the Wilf. He's trying to play the same kind of Wilf role. I know he doesn't do it as so successfully as Wilf, but he gives you that little bit of solidity. I said that wrong, but everyone knows what I mean. In the middle. Oh, I saw Andrew yesterday, one of our sponsors from Distillery Direct. See, I got that right, Andrew. I told you I'd get it in for you. We played the ball over Mavadili constantly, and he was man-marked, and Thatcher was in loads of space all the time. Yes, they're not playing the through balls. They're not playing the over-the-top, the diagonal balls anymore. When I was at the last game... Yes.
I'm going to drop out because we've got another guest in here.
Why are you going to drop out for?
Good morning.
Hello, Tom. How are you? Are you good, pal?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
I'm nearer you than you're nearer the ground today, ain't you? I'm at Birmingham Airport.
You are probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes from my house.
Come on then, Tom. What was your take on it yesterday?
I think out of the last 3 losses, even Middlesbrough and Leeds, I generally thought the performance levels were there. We created enough chances to win both the games. Yesterday was a completely different story. And for me, if you look at that lineup, it just shows you we haven't got the depth that you think. We completely miss Ricardo playing the vertic fullback. I love Chowdhury, but he's not that player. He had a good game the other night, but he isn't that player. He isn't the Ricardo who plays that role so well. And look, Ben Nels had a cracking game yesterday. On theory, I thought, well, Faz had a poor game yesterday, but he just showed you we missed having Vestergaard to the point you just made, doing the diagonal balls across the park, because Faz isn't as accurate as Vestergaard for those balls. And we just didn't.
Who would have said that 12 months ago, Tom?
Oh, exactly. We didn't move the ball well enough yesterday, in my view. It was all too slow. It was all too, it was so easy to read where we were going to play the balls. I think when you've got Ricardo in there, he mixes it up a bit. He makes them runs himself. He's getting beyond Winks. Winks was pushing further forward quite a lot yesterday, and that's the first time I've seen him doing that in a long time. He likes to sit on the halfway line. He doesn't want to be in around the box. And, you know, the changes, Pratt coming off completely destroyed any game plan for me because Eunice isn't. He isn't cutting it for me in this game, in this level. I haven't seen enough from Eunice when he's played. Say he
He's,
deserves to
to be honest,
start a
Tom,
game.
he's like another under.
Yeah,
He's
and
exactly the
the biggest impact that had on the game, then we moved Dewsbury Hall from the left hand side, what is his favoured side, to the right. It absolutely nullified him. He looked completely lost playing on that side of the pitch. Him and Fatoui didn't link up well. It was as well at all like Mavididi and KDH do on the left hand side. Uh, biggest thing for me coming from that other night was Enzo turned around and said well, it took 25 shots of Fatoui to go in the back of the net. Well, he took 5 yesterday, and every single one went over the crossbar. It's
yeah.
so obvious what he wanted to do. It was too obvious most of the time. He wanted to come inside and shoot or get the ball to the back post. It was a poor day all round. Am I panicking? Not yet.
Are you worried?
I'm worried, but I'm not panicking because I look at every team in this division. They've had a blip. You know, Leeds have had a blip. Ipswich had a blip. Southampton's had a blip at the beginning and a couple of games. The next few games are crucial, and I think beyond away from home, it's a different story. Sunderland on a really poor run of form, 4 losses in a row now. Really lost their best man in Clark on the wing. Having to come out and play, that's been the biggest thing for me. Teams, when you play away from home, teams have to come out. They can't sit deep because their home fans will get frustrated. We saw in the game yesterday, from what I've seen, the highlights and what I've looked back on from Hall's performance away at Preston. Preston had a hatful of chances to win the games, from Hall making mistakes and trying to play out from the back. Our press right, we can go and get the wins for me. Truly believe it. It would be Leicester to go win the next 2 games. Away from home is a different story this season. I think really agree. Our performance away from home have been different because teams have to come out. At home, we look at QPR. They're not a great team. Let's not go wrong. We were poor yesterday from start to finish. We gifted them 2 chances and they took their 2 chances. The second goal for me is schoolboy defending. Nobody's at the back post picking up the header for the first incident. And when it drops in the box, why Sinclair got acres of room around him? You know he's a beast. You know he can put a shot away when he gets a chance.
It didn't help. It didn't help. We didn't help that Nelson slip though. I think that was the key point in that role.
Yeah, the slip doesn't help, but you know what I mean. You're expecting the first header to be won at the back post, mate. You can't have a free header in the 18-yard box. No challenge to be able to head the ball back across the box. That's criminal for me in this league. You know, we know what this league is about. It's all about free kicks and set pieces when teams who aren't got the ability to pass the ball out like we have can take their chances. QPR took 2 chances. The first goal for me, onside, offside, is so close. It's too difficult to tell where it was. But again, teams have worked out that we've got space in and down the wings. There we go. You'll use that every single time against us.
But if just saying on the wings, Tom, what would have been the problem yesterday? Changing it up and swapping the wingers over.
Again, exactly, a bit of old school.
Just something different. That's all we needed. Something different. It's the same old week in, week out.
I think the issue yesterday, for me mainly, was the fact that we did put KDH on the right because it completely killed us. There was no creativity there. The moment Dewsbury got the ball, he had to always spin around to try and make a pass. There was so many things wrong with it, and then all we did all game was cross to a player or a Eunice, who's one of the smallest men on the pitch, or Dakarin, someone who's never going to win the header. So for me, it just looked like we were never going to create anything positive because we were doing things that we just couldn't ever make anything out of. And obviously we're lucky with the free kick because it bounced back for someone to just have a whack at it. But other than that, we barely created any good chance at all.
And when we did get in and around the box, mate, I mean, the second half especially, Eunice gets the ball slid through to him. All he's got to do is get that turn right. He's in on goal, and the ball goes straight under his foot, and you're just going, this ain't our day. You just knew it.
Yeah.
You just knew it. Even when the goal went in, I still didn't sit there thinking we're gonna get another goal here because it just doesn't feel like that at the moment.
Well, like I said, Tom, before you came on, we didn't create another big chance after that goal. We had all the pressure, and we look comfortable, but you don't win games on comfortability and pressure.
The thing about it is, though, like you said, mate, I think that last 10, 15 minutes, as soon as we scored, they brought another centre half on the pitch. You
And
knew
made
what
it.
they were going to do. You made it. They made the back five wider. They put the midfielders in around the 18-yard line, a bit like when Leicester won the league. Defend that box, no space. You can have all the play on the wing all you want, and you can cross it into the box, but we're going to have three big men at the back there, plus two big
See,
midfielders heading it
prime
away.
example, Tom, of QPR manager knowing what to do during a game, being proactive to what's happening on the pitch, changing it from a back four to a back five, like you say, making that defence a lot wider and a lot more harder for us to get through. And you've hit the nail on the head there. QPR were proactive in their tactics. Once they went 2-1 down, we scored about 2 minutes afterwards, didn't we? And as soon as they scored, sub was on, put another centre half in and make it even harder.
I was going to say,
on,
just quickly, but the substitutions he made yesterday, obviously, I don't think Dak had an impact on the game in the first half. Not from the one to try, but there was nothing there for him. I think the difference.
Yeah, so it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. He had a bad game.
Not
it was just fault. There was nothing. Nothing there.
There was nothing there. Difference, though, I think if you look at the two, as soon as Vardy comes on, within 30 seconds, he's gone straight through someone, smashed the ball against them, and won a throw. The energy level then rose, and the crowd picked up a bit. The Tom Cannon substitution for Eunice, I mean, that says it all. The players having a bad game, mate, when you get subbed on and then subbed off the pitch. That really, you're sitting there as a player thinking, I've had a stinker here if I've been the one subbed on and subbed off. I felt Tom Cannon didn't get into the game at all. But again, not for the one to try, but we were putting the ball in and around his head all the game. It was like, well, swing it back post. And then every time he ran to the back post, the ball was going over to that side. The amount of time the ball would go to Mavadini's side, and you're like, why are you putting it there? Surely it's got to go to Fatui and you've got to get it to the back post. The amount of times it's coming to Mavadini, he's looking up. I'm thinking, Tom Cannon's standing there. What's he meant to do when he's got two defenders on him in that position? It's pointless. Yeah. It was pointless, some of the sub we made, but it also shows you how weak we are at the moment with some, with our squad, that we've literally got two wingers that he trusts to play. Because for me, yesterday was a classic game where you bring Cannon on. Why have you not got Albrighton on that pitch of putting balls into the box?
Yeah. Very, very quickly, Tom, because I don't want to miss my flight. I've got to finish the show in a minute. Changes for Sunderland on Tuesday night. It is Tuesday, isn't it? On Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday. Look, I think it's the best thing could happen. It coming around thick and fast. I think a week would have been a really bad thing to sit on. The back three, I don't think changes much. I might see Doyle in there because I don't think JJ had the best games yesterday. And I definitely want to see Vardy up top. And going to change it, If Pratt is injured and you haven't got McAtee playing either, you haven't got any choice but to play Eunice in that role. But Eunice has got to swap sides. You've got to put KDH back onto the left, playing with Mavadini because they link up well. I mean, honestly,
Tom, why do you think he changed that? Is it tactically? Do you think it was better for him to be on that side to compare with whoever he was playing against? Again, it just seems so weird. We've never done that before, have we?
No, we haven't. I think he did it because he was trying to help Eunice out, because Eunice is very much all left-footed. KDH can play quite well with his right foot. He has got the ability to play with his right feet. I just think he was trying to help Eunice get into the game, but obviously it didn't work, and it nullified the whole threat of our team. With KDH is the threat, picking that ball up on the left and drifting in and then playing little 1-2s. Problem is he was trying to play the 1-2s, and it was all traffic in front of him. He had no room about him. The only change I'd make is I'd probably play Albrighton on the right and drop Fatu. I don't think he showed anything in the last 3 league games.
See, for me, I would rather drop Mavadini and put Fatu on the left, but that's just me. I just don't think Mavadidi's anywhere near consistent at the moment.
Do you not feel since he won the player? Don't you not feel since we won the player of the month and the manager of the month that the performances have dropped off completely?
Yeah, big time. Right, Tom, I've got to go, so I'm going to let you go as well, Tom. Cheers for joining. And we'll see you next week sometime. Be good, Tom. Cheers, pal.
Right.
You've got to remove him. Well done, Reedy. I thought you forgot then. Reedy, been much. Cheers for running it behind the scenes for me. Because, like I say, mate, anyone that doesn't know, I'm in Birmingham Airport at the minute. Just waiting for my flight at 22. So I better go and find out what gate it is. Reedy, like I say, much appreciated. And QPR, what was that? What was that?
1 sec. I need to find it again.
QPR not work or what? I'm
No
not quite
idea.
sure what that means, Mark. No idea. Reedy, much appreciated. I'd start Vardy as well. Yes, I would. Reedy, you going on Sunderland on Tuesday to Sunderland?
Of course I am, mate. Always there,
Of course
even if
you
we
are.
are winning or losing, mate.
Always there. Reedy, like I say, it's been a privilege, and we shall see you next week sometime.
Yes, no worries. See you in a bit.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Well, it's much appreciated. Like I say, live from Birmingham Airport. Much appreciated for all of you joining. So all I'm going to say is ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye, arrivederci. Come on, you foxes. There goes the final whistle.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everod's, Barlow Blinds, Bucker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Nubian Cow, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit leicesterfantv.com for all the latest news, views and videos.